Squirm Squad, it ends here.
Finally, the bee pays tonight.
Yes, it does.
The queen bee pays tonight.
All right, climax.
Hello, Queenie.
Well, actually, first we're gonna rescue our dad. That should be our top priority.
Also, she was squashed by the whatever the
fly
line
swatter.
thing.
Although as you can probably guess, it's not gonna be that easy.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I never thought I would. I'm so sorry about Dom.
Hard to know where to begin, Dad.
Yes.
Damn
I
straight.
always wondered what I'd say to you if I ever saw you again. But we always run out of time.
Sucks, doesn't it?
All right, we have a queen to kill, so let's get this done. Yeah.
My insurance.
What are you talking about? She was totally crushed like a bug under
Absolutely.
that ceiling.
If I designed into the Hammer of Dawn, I'm an old hand at mass destruction, aren't I?
You sure are.
As the the comics did a good bout of showing that, as we read.
Not just the comics, even the games themselves. Like he
True,
created the Hammer of Dawn. Now he's created a. We have the. Oh, there you go.
No regrets, no looking back.
Yeah, sadly, Adam.
very downside.
Sadly, Adam. Microsoft has other plans, but that's a topic for another day.
The Locusts as well, and they could have gone back underground.
This is admittedly one of the cases where I would have been more okay with a prequel than full-on sequels.
Again, the Locust. Sorry, the Pendulum Wars. It's right there, guys. Use them. Whatever.
Not only that, but
I know I keep
Marcus-
hitting the same note, but goddamn, it's so obvious.
beyond just that, Marcus, Phoenix, and company really earned their happily ever after, and let's just say the sequels do it in a way where...
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
No, just me.
So there you go. Turns out the government knew about the Locusts even before they showed up publicly.
Any idea?
Are you...
I thought the twist was going to be that this isn't Marcus's dad. It's just some imposter.
No. There's no twist. There's only this revelation. There's no actual twist.
You're keeping thinking the wrong twist about these franchise beliefs.
There's no actual. I mean, the only real in this franchise, even in 5, there's no plot twists per se. There's only like big revelations.
Anyway, back to the elevator. Well, probably can shoot our way back.
Yeah, let's just say the Locusts aren't gonna let Adam go without a fight.
However, Adam, as we saw in the comics in Gears 1 Ultimate Edition, used to be a gear, so he knows his way with a gun. So he'll help us.
We were also told that in the games as well, so yeah. Uh-oh.
Take that.
They've evolved so much since I last saw them.
Oh, you have no idea. Adam, do you know that even humans can become lambent?
Don't worry.
That's a fun little fact.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something else. Don't worry, Jova. He's operating on Naughty Dog NPC rules, meaning he cannot get killed.
Yes. Surely, the proper conclusion to evolution: invulnerable allies.
Oh god, he's still alive.
Yeah, well, let's not forget, lambent can be tough.
Oh no, the tentacle, I mean, I guess you need to shoot the proper points. Also, yes, Marcus, it was.
All you have to do is just mash R1 to. It will literally all you have to do is mash R1. It will quickly cool down, so it doesn't. So you can very easily abuse the turrets.
It feels weird. Like if we give you that option in order to help the cooldown, why don't you just keep pressing it to help speed up instead of having to mash it? Weird.
Oh boy.
I guess they figured. Actually, no. I cannot think of.
Doing some sightseeing, I see, Pedro.
No, I was just checking something.
Just to be sure.
Hello and welcome to our grand tour of this place.
This hotel.
It's
yeah.
such a lavish hotel.
Yeah, filled with
Well,
bug infested.
Well, considering we're in a semi-post-apocalyptic world, this looks pretty nice. As nice as an hotel.
It has managed to preserve pretty well for the most part.
Now, if you look to your right here, you will see a tree growing through a window. It's a very popular attraction with our soldiers.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get out of here.
Take the lift.
Well, do you have a better idea?
You can't take a lift in an emergency.
Yeah, where are the stairs?
There are no stairs.
Of course.
There you go.
What kind of design is that?
Not to mention, well, whatever. Like we got here safely, didn't we?
So welcome to Chapter 6.
Okay, yeah, very good. She was obstructing a bit.
Yes, we're at where we've reached end the game.
Well, I don't see. I see aliens, but I don't see Thanos.
In the game is an
it's almost as if that word is being used countless other times. With hell, there's even a Batman comic book story that is called Batman Endgame.
Yeah.
There was also a Sonic comic written by Ken Penders that was called Endgame as well, back in the 90s.
Was that any good?
What? It's Ken Penders. What do you think?
Okay. To his credit, Ken Penders occasionally had a good story under his pen. The keyword is occasionally.
Hey, look! Carmine! Alright, let's see. Time, you know what this means, right, guys? Time to find out if Carmine will live or not.
Okay, just pray that we're not running on Resident Evil logic, otherwise he did.
I'm gonna place a $5 that he dies.
Well, let's see. It's all
I already know the answer, so I'm not gonna say.
Unlike the previous two games, the answer was voted in by the fans, so it's not in Clip's control. So let's see what the fans chose.
Oh boy, it's mutating even more. And now it's dead.
Hopefully it will be more sensible. Well, hopefully it will be more sensible than some other times. Fandom has voted on things.
Oh, what? You mean like the whole people voting on whether or not Jason Todd will live or die?
Well, I was thinking of other examples as well, but I guess that could be one.
There are a couple of videos, Joe, that showcase that for a couple of companies, putting online polls is not a good idea.
I mean, okay, look, don't get me wrong. I think that it's good to have, fan.
Oh no, it's good, but it's also
It
immensely fun
depends.
exploiting the shit out of it.
Oh boy. Time to light it up.
Indeed.
Oh, there she
Oh,
is.
she's back.
Yeah.
Good job, Carmine. Avenge your family!
Wow, he's even taking on the final boss.
Oh shit!
No.
No!
Okay, so we
There
go.
you go.
He
It's
could-
the death of Carmen that inspires everyone else.
He could still be okay, maybe.
Hold on. Yeah, you know what?
We didn't
Okay.
see the body.
And to be fair, plenty of people have survived helicopter crashes. So
How many though?
All right, well, we
I don't
can.
have a ratio on me, but with any luck, he landed in the water. Hopefully.
Okay, so basically, while Adam is trying his best to activate the machine. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So basically, in the same time that Adam is trying his best to activate the machine, we have to hold off the queen. Okay. So here's how this boss works. Obviously, again, you have to dodge its "fuck you" laser, as Vips called it, and you have to shoot it into its mouth. There you go. Eventually, this will happen.
Okay, I'm climbing the accelerator. Stand by.
A little bit more.
The system's on.
And there you go. Now we can use the Hammer of Dawn to damage it properly.
All right.
We better hurry up.
Once again, the answer, it all goes back to the Hammer of Dawn.
I mean, shit, the fuck you laser, but we have another two. So
There you go.
why not?
There's your laser, bitch.
Now take this in mind. That thing's so powerful that it's able to not be immediately defeated by being hit by the Hammer of God.
I mean, if I recall, it required a couple of shots even for the Berserker to be killed.
It did, yeah.
That said, though, this one in particular is quite interesting. That and the queen herself was literally in the middle of that laser, and she took it like a champ.
Not just that, Teo. You have to first shoot it into its mouth so that it will fall. So you have to weaken it a bit first. So you also have to be very careful and use these pillars. Exactly. Thanks, Queen, for helping me explain. So there you go. So that's basically the boss.
You're not very convincing in this diplomacy, Minister.
There you go.
Like, Marcus is literally jumping in the face of death 24/7. Like, I'm
Eat
pretty
this, bitch. Literally.
Yeah, I got you your supper here.
sure.
Want some more?
Considering the dimensions and, you know, the shape, I would say that the bullets count more as, you know, pills. I don't know. Low pellets, maybe? I don't know.
That works.
Jesus.
It's still kicking.
There we go.
Or...
Oh.
Well, crap.
Oh, you guys.
Alright.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Hammer!
Stop! Hammer time.
Go. This one is running low on fuel, so we need to find another one.
Oh boy.
Almost there.
And
And yes, we have a giant laser into the sky in this game as well.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
She'll destroy the whole chamber.
Okay.
Trying, hold on.
Adam! This ends now! Except that your species will die!
Look who's talking.
Seriously,
Thank
that's very rude.
Thank you, Bolt of Lightning, for your help.
I guess God
God
wants to give a
decides.
boost.
That was really, really lucky for us.
It's scripted. It always happens when you damage it a bit.
Yeah, can imagine.
Oh boy.
Shit.
All right. Ammo.
I'll give the queen credit. She does not give up.
Take that, bitch. Unfortunately,
No, not enough.
unfortunately, I ran out. So come on, hammer of dawn, hammer of dawn. There we go.
Smile for the camera.
Yes.
There we go.
And
Oh. Maybe she's okay underneath that. Uh-oh. Hey, Lambent, you have such a great knack for bad timing.
Full power soon.
Professor, you said you tested this. How?
I lied.
Oh crap.
Wait,
Oh
what?
dear.
Developed over its life cycle. So I injected myself with it to accelerate things.
Oh.
I hope it doesn't transform us into the final boss.
No, no,
That would suck.
There we go.
Right on time.
It started.
Let's go, Dad. This tower's too unstable now.
I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm not going to make it.
It's okay. I'll carry you.
Uh-oh.
Marcus, the emulsion developed faster in me because I forced it to. I had to find out how it reproduced.
What are you talking about?
He kind of sacrificed himself for the greater cause, Marcus.
A great.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No,
Oh shit.
you are not going to die.
It's too late, Marcus. Every cell in my body's breaking down. And this is going to happen to every contaminated cell on Sera. It has to.
No, goddammit, I can't lose you again.
I'm glad I was able to see you again, Marcus.
Poor Marcus can't catch a break in this game.
Ah, let's just say JD won't be getting to meet any of his grandparents.
Oh, shit!
Wow. He literally sees his dad disintegrate
dusted,
before his very eyes.
So there you go, Marcus has his own Tony Stark moment of seeing someone he cares for being dusted. Jeez.
He's gone.
Damn.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
How
She's
are you
still
still
kicking.
alive?
Well, she's
Also
well, she's wounded, as you can see in her face.
So pious and moral.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Marcus
You know-
wants to kill her personally.
You know, you're saying a lot of things, and all I'm hearing is, kill me. Kill me now, please.
Yeah, basically.
Had none. Nothing but clever ways to kill. The Hammer of Dawn. Jacinta. And now this. And his arrogance finally killed him.
Yeah.
And now he killed you.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna make this
Yes,
last.
that's from Dom, and everyone else you killed, you bitch.
Literally twisting the knife.
Yeah, don't touch the blade.
And with that, the war is finally won.
And I'm sure Sarah will know peace from now on.
There you go. And now, all thanks to Adam. There you go. The signal will cover the entire world, and now all the Lambent and Locusts will die immediately. Because remember, like he said, all the contaminated cells that have any kind of emotion on them will be destroyed, meaning, yeah, exactly. Thanks, game.
That is one thing to note, though. It didn't affect the Queen.
Well, the Queen was already dead before it happened, Joe. It only happened now. Marcus killed her before the thing actually started.
No, Pedro. The thing happened before Marcus killed her, at least the first one, because remember
A couple
his
of
dad...
weeks. She was near proximity, you know.
Yeah. We literally saw his dad get disintegrated before Marcus killed
Yeah,
her, too.
oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So I guess my theory that the Queen is like just an apex predator with Locusts like identified with continues, I guess.
Don't worry, Tail. We'll
You're kind of
when we
onto
get.
something.
Don't worry, Tail. Look forward to Gears 5 for your answer.
I'm still baffled that of all like we have to wait 2 games for the backstory to happen. Not even in the comic side product, an actual later sequel game. Until that point, we were just in the dark.
That's the thing,
Again,
too. That's the thing, too.
Carmine!
Carmine!
Wait,
Hold on! Carmine lived! Carmine lived! Yes!
The people have spoken, and he lives.
We still don't get to see his face, but by God, despite Dom dying, despite Adam dying, Carmine lived.
Yes!
Holy cow.
Carmine will live. There you go.
At a time.
You missed it, Wibbs. Carmine lived! He survived, Wibbs! Not
Also,
bad.
yeah, JC will be here too.
We did it.
Heroes welcome.
We saved the world.
Boy, it has been quite a confrontation over these 3 games, but at long
Yeah,
last.
whatever. Fuck this shit.
Well, remember, he's not exactly in the best of moods after what just
True.
happened.
He's had it rough, to say the least.
And good, there's his hair.
Even
Ian
removes his
without his
bandana.
bandana.
Look at our hair physics thanks to the Unreal Engine.
So, you want to talk about it?
Marcus, whatever it takes, I'm here.
What's left on you? What have we got?
A future. mean,
Very
right
good,
there.
very good, Teo. Very good.
Tomorrow, Marcus. We finally got it
I know
tomorrow.
it's a bit cliche and the future games will prove wrong, but for this context, yeah, that's what he fought for.
And you know what? To
So,
its credit, to
what
its
I miss?
credit, they do
Carmine
get a-
lived that way.
Carmine lived.
Okay.
And and thanks to Adams' invention, all the Locusts in the Lambent are dead. The world is saved, and we don't have to worry about anything
But
anymore.
Marcus feels alone.
But that's okay, Teo. He now has he has a future with Anya now. Now him and Anya can finally be together.
And now we end with a look out to the sunny sea.
Indeed, and in true Gears tradition, that unfortunately this was the last game to have that tradition. We're going to see little messages from from all the developers during the credits,
Oh, you're telling me they got rid of that in the credits for Gears 4 and 5 as well?
and Judgment as well. Sorry.
Dang.
Please.
Plays the thing, also the space for rent.
Sorry, I have no control of how fast that thing goes.
Yeah.
Witty comment followed by heartfelt expression.
For my wife, Cher. Wait, this guy married Cher? Damn. Like,
The world has grown suspicious of anything that looks like a happily
Let's go to
married life.
Disney World.
all right.
Yeah, okay. I'll say this. That's a pretty neat way to cap off a trilogy story-wise.
Yeah, it had a very satisfying ending. Like especially Marcus stabbing the Locust Queen with a dagger. Now that was so satisfying. Like especially
It's the
considering.
perfect moment. Like, the queen is literally down to nothing. She has been defeated and humiliated, but still she rambles on. But she literally...
And Marcus not even listening. He just goes, "Here, feel that? That's from dumb bitch." Like seriously, that was so cool.
It's also the fact that it doesn't kill her brutally. It's just a simple stab and you're even good to go. It's kind of different compared to how at the end of God of War 3 Kratos gets his revenge.
Like, it's... I think what
There's
I
a
love...
methodology in the difference in the killing.
I think what I love best about her death is how it is filmed, and yet it ends on the most ironic note. How she talks about Marcus's own father's arrogance getting him killed. Cue her arrogance getting her killed. It's just so delicious.
In a way, it can also represent the fact that while in command and more intelligent, she's no more beast than the other Locusts she commands.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Anyway, final thoughts, I suppose.
That's another thing they could have touched based on in some prequels, showing her origin story. Now, yes, I know we get that in Gears 5, but what's kind of in the case where we're more told than shown it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, we're not shown much of it. We're mostly told. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So final thoughts. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. My favorite Gears game, bar none. Like. Not just because it does manage to deliver a satisfying end to this particular arc, and it's also the one that's the most engaging plot-wise, since it does have the higher stakes, and there's a lot more, and it's the one that has the most character moments. I really love the first act involving Cole's backstory. And I also they really upped the stakes with Marcus, and like Teo said, Marcus had really rough on this particular game, having both his brother and his father taken away from him. So fortunately, Anya will start a family with him, and they can now have a tomorrow, like she said. So, so that's.
Hey Marcus, enjoy your future. It's gonna be great.
Anyway, if only. Anyway. Yeah, and the gameplay is also even further refined. Finally, they added the destination marker, which it eliminated any kind of possible frustration of environment confusion that I had with the first two games, and it's stuck around for all following games, so that's nice. So this is the game where the Gears gameplay. Well, I guess Gears 4's gameplay is a slightly a bit more refined. I don't care much for the gameplay in 5, but the gameplay in 4 feels is probably just a little bit more tight in some aspects that I'm going to bring up when we get to it. But yeah, definitely, this is where some minor little refinements in 4 aside, this is where the Gears gameplay came really into its peak. The game is very well paced, much better paced than the previous games. Like, it does a better job in throwing you into different locations throughout all five acts. And yeah, it does a great job. Like, I really like the music still. I preferred the soundtrack for 2, the one by God, what's his name? Steve Jablonsky. I fixed Steve Jablonsky. They still keep his theme from Gears 2. They still keep the Gears main theme in here. However, the composer for this one, he's fine. The score is good. It's serviceable, but it's not as good as the Gears of War 2 score, if you ask me. I think that one still has the best score. Maybe they couldn't afford to keep Steve Jablonsky for this one as well. Who knows? Maybe. But yeah, the graphics also look really good, really great. By this point, the Gears series has managed to reach a really good balance of keeping the colors gritty enough, while at the same time not going overboard with it to the point where everything looks gray. It's a really good balance. This is how all Gears games should look like. But I can talk about that when we get to 4. So yeah, very good game. Really enjoyed it. It goes downhill from here. Yes, Theo?
I just noticed here, Steve Jablonsky is still a composer here.
Oh, he is?
Oh, neat.
Oh, weird. Like, I found his Gears 2 score stronger than this one, personally. Don't get me wrong, his score for this one is fine. I just don't think it's as good as the Gears of War 2 score. But whatever. It's still a very good game. This is where the series peaked. Sadly, it's all downhill from here. But in terms of games, even Tactics was the best one in a while, but even Tactics is just okay. At least story-wise, I don't know how good the gameplay is. But yeah, very good game. Really enjoyed it, too.
Sure. Gameplay-wise, it's just a minor refinement of the previous 2 titles, so I'm not gonna touch that much. My points that I made in previous 2 games still stands all through. Story-wise, it is definitely better, better paced, and the conclusion that we needed. We also visit the different locations did mention in Gears 2. If I had to say anything, is the fact that the entire resolution to the entire war, by the nature of the device itself, feels a bit abrupt. Like, the laser and boom, war's over completely now. Complete utter extermination. But it serves the purpose that it needs to, so I'll let it pass. The character interaction is also better, as well as the fact that now your teammates are more varied. You can get not only the Delta Squad, but people of any kind. You also showcase, years before the Coalition wanted to hammer that in your face, that female characters as your teammates were perfectly possible and doable. Well, I agree that some characters in the new characters in the team could have benefited a bit more, like
Jace.
the guy you keep. Yeah, Jace, for example.
Jace is there.
I guess what we're gonna see with at least minimally with the DLC we're about to see afterward.
Yes.
But it's a shame though that aside from the Queen, this game doesn't have a Locust General type, because the first one had RAM, the second one had the Beast Controller that with the one with double edge baton. This one has the new Special Elite type, the guys with the spikes that you get to fight at the submarine dock. But that's it. You get the resolution with the Queen herself and her beast, the Tempest Beast. So there's that. The music is fine, again, just like in the previous one. I think now the series is getting the hang of things. What else? Pretty much, yeah. I argue that if you have a couple of questions unanswered at this point, like the aforementioned origin story for the Queen and potentially the Locust, but I would still, wanted to. I would still expected even more sequels because just like with Halo and supposedly ended at 3, fans did speculated that it wasn't really over, and it wasn't, for the better or the worse, of course, monkey spawn and all. But I guess that's what we'll also see for the next couple of games, at least for.
That's the thing too. I can't speak for Halo, but from the I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking. That's the thing too. I can't speak for Halo, but from the perspective of the original trilogy, because remember, this was even before Judgment. This was the end, as far as we knew at the time. Like from the perspective of this game, literally every Locust and Lambent was just killed. So what?
Again, that's what proper again to killing two birds with one stone. Origin story for the Locust and potentially the Queen with a prequel.
Oh no! I thought you were talking about sequels. Never mind.
Well, game made afterwards. But keep in mind, Halo also got a prequel as the next game, Halo Reach.
Oh, I don't know. Keep in mind, I don't know anything about Halo, so I wouldn't know. So.
But the point being, I'm still even if a franchise technically ends with a proper trilogy, I'm still always up for new games and other materials that tie in loose ends or expand material.
Oh no, me as well. I just think let's just say I don't like the way the Coalition did it, and that's all I'll say for now.
Oh well, I can imagine, especially from what I've seen. But we'll see more details. But as for this one, yeah, it could have been even a bit more better for me. But as it is, it's still a decent conclusion for the trilogy at that point in time.
Libs?
Well, I don't really have much to say about the game itself, since I've never really played any of them. Yeah, but the story, while not exactly original, I mean, even then, the originality is a little bit overrated. I still enjoyed what I saw.
Yeah, it's it's a basic action war story, but it does it well with good characters, and that's all it needs to.
Be a few cases of gameplay story segregation.
For
That's
example,
no surprise.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was a bit that I mentioned. I can't remember exactly when it was.
I
But
guess
there was a bit
people
where we
surviving helicopter crashes.
Well, no, not that. Well, I hadn't finished yet.
Sorry, go on.
I was, there was a bit where I was like, well, wait, why can't they just do this instead? We have to do that, and there was like little to no explanation.
Well,
again, it's been a while.
Well, no, I can see what Libs means. Like, obviously, there's going to be some moments where, the gameplay the story will say something, but then gameplay story segregation is something that's always going to be there to some extent, no matter how much a developer tries his hardest to make every single gameplay element be perfectly sensical within the context of the story. It's never going to, it doesn't matter how much, if you do it too much, it becomes even a detriment. You can make an argument. So that's always gonna be in practically every game has it. So I don't know. I don't see that much of a reason to go. But go ahead.
But yeah, and no, that's about it. That's about it for me. I did enjoy what little I saw through what I've seen through the series so far.
All right, Jova.
Yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed this installment. Definitely my favorite of the original trilogy and probably the series as a whole here. This is definitely where the series peaks. I've noticed a running theme that with a lot of video game series, it feels like 3 is the lucky number, 6 is the unlucky one. 3 often tends to be the pinnacle of a lot of video game franchises in lots of shapes or forms, and Gears of War is no exception here. The story is well crafted, the characters feel like natural evolutions of themselves, as they should, and when the character deaths are done, they hit really hard. Even Marcus's father, who we technically haven't gotten to see that much, his death really does hit well, because the story does such a great job putting you in the boots of Marcus Phoenix throughout this venture here and there. The only character I feel could have used a lot more was Jace, who, while I don't think he's necessarily bad, there's not much to him, which is sort of a shame because this game actually does take quite a bit to an expansive cast here and there, one of which I enjoy. like I said, the final scene with the Locust Queen is so well scripted and shot that I could practically make a video essay on how well it's crafted here and there. It's like, you can tell they spared no expense. The production values are definitely some of the series' best. Like, you know, the blood has been refined. The sawing technique has been refined. The gameplay is definitely the best refined of the trilogy as well.
Yep.
So yeah, and so overall, I can say that, you know, Epic Games gave this series, at the time, mind you, one of the best send-offs you could get for a franchise here and there. Shame that would kind of get ruined, but hey, you've heard that story over and over again.
Well, to Microsoft's credit, Jova, even before Microsoft bought the IP, Epic did make Judgment, and while Judgment is not like a bad game per se, it's just mediocre. But yeah, even Epic Games is a bit guilty of it.
Okay, at least with Judgment, that was more spin-off territory, at least, you know. So
Actually, now that I think about it, Jova, Judgment was a prequel. Exactly what we keep asking. So technically, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
it was a mediocre prequel, but a prequel nonetheless.
So yeah, monkey's paw, like Tio said.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, this was a very remarkable game, and one that I can appreciate for ages to come.
All right.
But our playthrough isn't over yet.
Nope.
Pedro, why don't you tell our viewing audience what they've won?
Gears of War 3 is the only game in the entire series that actually got a single-player DLC, much like Last of Us got the Left Behind DLC, you know, that kind of stuff. So, it's called Rom's Shadow. And one particular sales hook that they gave it is that we get to play as Rom for a bit of it. Don't get too excited though. We only get to play as him in 2 specific sections, and they're not that long. Think of it like that vehicle thing from, I forgot its name, from Final Fantasy 14 that
the Dreadnought with Hope.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's a bit, and Rom is actually kind of cool to use. But it's short, and they don't really go as far with it as they could have. It's kind of a missed opportunity. But whatever, we can just...
We'll see.
We'll see. See you for the next part, everybody.